So here's the first thing I want you to do. This is the first thing you can throw in the toolbox. If possible, and you need to de-escalate someone, ask them, okay, here's an example. What's your name, bud? Michael. Okay, Michael comes to me. He is really upset, irate, in fact, about whatever issue, okay? Michael, I understand that this issue is important to you, and it's going to be important to me, okay? I can't answer your questions right now because I need to do my research to make sure that I understand not only what your concerns are, but what ST Wooten can do for those concerns. So if it's okay with you, I understand you're upset right now. I want to go ahead and schedule a meeting with you so that I can do my research ahead of time. Would that be all right with you? Okay. What did I just instill in Michael? I'm going to start picking on people. What did I just instill in Michael? That I want to try to help him out, right? I want to make sure I understand what his problem is and that I can solve it. Did I immediately try to solve it right then and there? No. What does that say to Michael? I've got patience. Okay, absolutely. I'm patient with Michael. Does Michael feel like I don't care about what he has to say? Does Michael understand? Did I make it clear to Michael that not only is his issue important, but it's going to take research on my part? Who does Dennis feel like is in control of the situation? Dennis is in control, right? I'm serving Dennis. Dennis feels like he's got the upper hand or he's in control of the situation. And that's what de-escalation is all about, folks. It's giving the impression that you are allowing the other person to have control of the situation, okay? Just like when you go to a spa or you walk into someone's house and it smells like fresh baked bread, is it easy for you to just be like, oh, I can't stand coming to this person's house. I hate when my wife makes me come here. Or are you more like, man, it smells good in here. I'm hungry. Have I taken your mind off being upset? Bingo. Can you guys see about the 6 techniques that I've already shown you? We're stacking the deck in our favor, right? It's almost as if the person that's upset on the other end has no chance, right? They have no chance to continue to be irate and angry, all because we have stacked the deck in our favor, while in the meantime, making them feel like what? Like they're in control, not us. 94% of all communication is nonverbal, guys. This body language stuff is huge. 3 different styles of crossing the legs that can or cannot be a positive thing for us, okay? So number 1, what does this say? I'm chill, dude. What you have to say is really not that important. But what does this say? You and I are on the same page. I hear what you have to say, okay? Rubbing your hands together, I love this one. This is one of my favorites. So, Bobby is telling me something that he's upset about, and I go like this. What's that say to Bobby? Game on, Bobby. You just gave me a great idea. I'm thinking about it. That is what that body language says. Whether you guys know the answers to the questions I'm asking or you feel the same way, I am telling you that that's how the other person is perceiving your body language, okay? Whether consciously, subconsciously, doesn't matter. This is how they're perceiving what you're doing. Have I once talked about what it is that I want you to say? Has anybody heard me say, this is what you say to de-escalate someone? And I've given you all this information so far. You know why? Talking is the least important. Everything else that you do will matter to the person. The last thing that they want to hear is your verbal affirmation and or answer to the problem that they have. Tell me why it is that you're upset that Dale got promoted over you. What qualities do you feel that you have versus what Dale has? Versus, are you a better supervisor than Dale? Have you worked here longer than Dale? Have you managed projects better than Dale? Have you managed as many projects as Dale? Do you see the difference between the open and closed-ended question? He can answer any way he wants with an open-ended question. And that reaffirms to him, I am in control. I am telling them why the situation is the way it is. Plus, you are going to get 10 times the amount of information out of that person than you are with a closed-ended question.